AI is incredible. It can teach you how to fry an egg and even write a poem, pirate style. Yarr! But it knows nothing about your work. Slackbot is different. It doesn't just know the facts. It knows your schedule. It can turn a brainstorm into a brief. And it doesn't need to be taught. Because Slackbot isn't just another AI. It's AI that knows your work as well as you do. Visit slack.com/meet Slackbot to learn more.
Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and you're about to listen to a hypnosis session all about activating a swimmer identity. And one of the things that I think is one of the most profound distinctions in therapeutic change is the difference between changing a behavior and changing an identity. And there is a big difference from someone that occasionally swims and someone that sees themselves as a swimmer. And if you're watching this, you probably know how to swim. But do you swim consistently? Do you do it in a challenging way? Do you try and compete? Because that's what swimmers do. When people really tap into the swimmer identity, they train consistently. They are aware of their speed, their stamina, their length, their stroke style. They're looking to refine. And this particular client originally came to work with me to reduce the amount of alcohol. We'd managed to reduce the amount of alcohol that they were taking significantly, and she used her final session really to embrace the swimmer identity. And she had this identity about 12 or 13 years before. So this hypnosis session starts with regression to a couple of different either lakes or swimming in the sea, places that she knew very well. And that was designed to reawaken that enthusiasm, that passion. It has levels of disassociation. And it also has this idea that by her swimming, her life is enhanced in various ways. Leaner body, more confidence, higher self-esteem, more energy, more clarity. And in fact, the other areas of her life that she also valued, like her relationship, being an owner of 2 dogs, having a real passion for her work, would all be enhanced by her reactivating her swimmer identity. Now, it might be that swimming isn't your thing, in which case I would encourage you to think of this session as reactivating what identity you've ever had in the past that was the most empowering and beneficial for you. But if you do like the idea of being a swimmer and swimming more, you'll get even more value from this session. Now, it was created for an individual, so some of the suggestions are going to be very relevant to the client and not so relevant to you. So if you do like the idea of working with me directly rather than just listening to recordings, there will be a link in the description and also on my website, adamcox.co.uk, and you'll be able to book a free consultation call over Zoom. We'll have a chat, and who knows, we might end up working together. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that slow, long breath of relaxation. And as you exhale, feel a wonderful feeling of release, as if any tension, stress, and worries are gradually, incrementally starting to leave your body in that outward breath. And then when you breathe in, Breathe in deeper and longer than you normally would. That's it. Activate the diaphragm. Breathe in that feeling of resourceful relaxation. And as you exhale, allow it to release like a sigh. Any trapped frustrations or tensions or old echoes of the past just feeling like they're being released. Give permission to release any tension in your forehead, your jaw, your neck or your shoulders. That's it. Breathing in relaxation, exhaling tension. Each breath takes you deeper and deeper relaxed now. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you feel. And the more relaxed you feel, the deeper you breathe. And imagine as your body relaxes more now, your imagination awakens. And I want you to imagine an island by the coast. On the morning of what soon will be a sunny day, maybe just after sunrise, the golden oranges, yellows, perhaps even the pinks in the sky. And I want you to feel what you would feel like if you set the intention to be there early. And maybe you can recall a memory, a time when you were looking out to the water but hadn't entered the water yet. And I want you to imagine there, perhaps on a beach or a nearby field overlooking the island. Just imagine the most comfortable chair that's ever existed. And just imagine you're wearing a wetsuit. A light wetsuit, the kind that can enable you to swim, have good motion, still keep warm. And as you imagine wearing that wetsuit, imagine sinking into that comfortable chair, thinking about that island, the waves, the currents, the tactics. That's it. And just get a sense that as you sink into that chair, I will count down from 10 to 1, and with each descending number, you will drift deeper and deeper to a place that awakens the power of your subconscious mind. 10, eyelids feeling heavier. 9, feeling your jaw loosen. 8, the tiny muscles in your forehead, those muscles responsible for facial expressions like surprise or concern. Give permission to release any tension there. Feel that internal desire to yawn. And feel that relaxation linked to the idea of a yawn rippling down into your neck and your shoulders as 8 becomes 7 and 7 becomes 6, and feel your arms feeling limp, loose and heavy. Sinking into that chair there overlooking the island. 5, imagine your lungs, stomach and gut all start to feel relaxed, aligned in harmony. 5 becomes 4, feel it moving from your gut into your abdomen and then down into your legs, and then 4 becomes 3, and just feel Your legs getting limp, loose and heavy, feeling relaxed. That's it. 2 down into your calves. And then 1, your ankles down to the tips of your toes, and then allow what feels like a ripple of relaxation from your toes up your body to the top of your head and then down to the tips of your fingers. And I wonder what it would feel like to drift into a dream-like sleep. A dream of what was, what is, and what will be. That's it. Drift to that place now. A place where your imagination is receptive to new ideas, awakening neural pathways, beliefs, standards and habits of your past. That's it. And I want you to imagine there is an identity within, linked to the idea of being a swimmer. And for a while, that identity was frozen solid. But now, and in the weeks that follow, that identity will thaw. Instead of being locked in ice, it will melt down until that identity is reawakened. While you're in that dreamlike sleep, on the chair near Sandy Cove Island, imagine what it would feel like to be dreaming about just about to enter the water. Imagine it's early, just after sunrise now. The light is soft and the air is clean and fresh. And imagine hearing the water gently moving against the shore. That quiet, rhythmic sound that already feels familiar and reassuring. I want you to feel the temperature of the air on the skin on your face, the feeling of standing close to the water, that subtle anticipation. And when you're ready, you step in, and the water wraps around you, merging with the material of your wetsuit on your skin. And I want you to feel that seawater meet you as a greeting, like something recognizing you. Almost the connotation of, "We're glad you're back." And I want you to imagine beginning swimming around the island anti-clockwise at an easy, natural pace. Not forcing speed, not chasing performance, just moving. And I want you to think of a stroke that feels natural, aligned, that links to memories of the past in this island. The body remembers the timing, the rhythm, the quiet efficiency. And with every stroke you feel more like you. Notice your breathing, the rhythm, the movement. Noticing currents and waves. Strategy of getting closer or further from the shore. Using the natural movement of water from the rocks to your advantage. It all comes flooding back, and this isn't behavior. This is identity. Because it's your imagination. As you go around the island, notice the island disappears. And rather than being in the sea, you're now in a loch. Maybe a specific loch like Loch Hyne. Maybe the temperature's different, or the currents, or the waves. But the feeling of belonging is there. Connected to a memory, an idea. Perhaps a time when swimming was joyful, playful and free. That's it. And notice how your body responds to this memory. How deeply it recognizes it. And as you float gently here, allow yourself to drift even deeper now. Every sound, every ripple of the wave, every sensation takes you deeper and further in, and every breath settles you more completely. With each stroke in this memory, feel yourself drifting deeper into comfort. And with each breath, you sink into familiarity. I'll count down from 5 to 1 as it takes you deeper to those neural pathways of identity. 5, floating easily. 4, the water supporting you fully. 3, nothing to prove, nothing to push. 2, the body aligned, the mind clear. And 1, feel fully connected to swimming. Not as something you do, but as something you are. And let's speak to that part within you. The particular level, not of behavior, but of identity. Because at this level, you don't do swimming. You are a swimmer. And what if that identity never left? It was hibernating, resting, waiting for the right moment to re-emerge. And now it does. And over the days and weeks and months that follow, you will notice it first in subtle ways. And maybe it will be a desire to train consistently. Not from discipline, but from alignment. Not something you have to do, something you want to do. That swimming feels right again. You look forward to it. You plan around it naturally. It's something you look forward to because you get to do it. It's a choice, a privilege. And you begin noticing more clues. Because you're swimming more, your speed is improving, your stamina returning, your body adapting and responding. And I don't know if it will be weeks or months, but sometime soon, without expecting it, you will catch a glimpse of yourself in a reflection. Maybe a window, maybe a mirror, maybe water. And you will notice a change. A leaner frame, a more toned physique. Not through force, but through the kind of repetition that is guided by identity. Your intuition becomes your coach, knowing when to push and knowing when to ease off. You have nothing to prove, This is about passion, not obligation. And you listen to that intuition, you adapt. You protect your body by respecting it. And you reduce the chance of injury by listening to it. And these thoughts of locks and seas reawaken a desire as you feel drawn to open water again, the sea, the lakes, the rivers, especially early in the day before work or on weekends. And if you need to swim alone, the pool feels right, structured, focused, clean and safe. And when swimming in nature, you enjoy company. Others who share the water, shared effort, shared presence. And maybe your dogs are there too. Perhaps fully embracing the water, or maybe being more tentative. But they love it, as do you. In fact, the more you notice your dog's enjoying water, the more that feeling is contagious in you, and your desire, enthusiasm, and joy increases. You might call it inspiration or mirror neurons. It doesn't matter what causes it. You just know that the more you swim, the more you like it. And the more you like it, the more joyful, alive, and connected you feel. Connected to your dogs, but connected to your partner. It almost seems that there is a ripple effect of all this swimming. And when the swimmer identity truly reactivates, then everything else also benefits. I want you to imagine that your work quality improves because your mental clarity sharpens, because your energy levels rise. And all of that comes from you being aligned with your passion. Imagine moving through the day more focused, more efficient. Imagine your relationship deepens even more, that you feel more like the person that they first met. Think of all of those wonderful qualities you had back then, and imagine all of them enhancing. I want you to think that the closer you get to that ideal version of you, the happier you feel, the more confident you feel, the more alive you feel. And with that higher self-esteem comes greater body confidence, more passion, more presence. Because when you feel good in your body, that changes how you show up in other areas of your life. Don't be surprised if people you haven't seen for a while start making comments or compliments about your energy, that you seem happier, more joyful, more focused. And don't be surprised if you begin to see food differently. Not as restriction and not as reward, but as fuel. Intuitively you know what foods support performance, recovery, and clarity. When you immerse yourself in something that stimulates, fulfills you, then any desire for alcohol naturally reduces. Not through effort, not through self-control, but simply because it doesn't align with who you are and who you are becoming. That's it. Connect with that feeling, momentum, progress. And imagine you're still swimming in lakes or in the sea, while imagining yourself at a swim camp in early summer. Imagine yourself arriving fit, healthy, strong. Imagine that your speed is back and your stamina is solid. Imagine there's a version of you that turns up that is lean, toned, efficient, oozing confidence in the water. And all of that training that was guided by intuition and not pressure meant that you're now not making the same gains you were in the preceding weeks. And that's why you're there. To find a breakthrough, a slight change to a technique, perhaps a way of thinking about the water, something to unlock the next level. Because plateaus are there as launch pads to the next level, a place where breakthroughs are ready to happen. Imagine observing that version of you in the future that refines a technique, that learns more, that unlocks new levels. And this camp is not the finishing line, just a stepping stone. I want you to imagine your life beyond the camp. Perhaps in competitive races where you're looking forward to competing mainly with yourself. Every race is trying to beat some new threshold that represents progress, maybe a faster time. Or maybe the pride comes from knowing how well you did in the conditions that you swam in. You don't need to compare yourself against others in your age group, but whenever you do, it's either congratulations or inspiration. No judgment, no pressure. You can either feel proud of where you are or feel inspired by others around you, knowing that that's possible for you too. Fitness, confidence, and social connection all rise together. And I want you to feel that after a while, swimming just integrates seamlessly into your life. I want you to think about your relationship with your dogs. I want you to think that you do things consistently day after day because it links to an identity. It doesn't require willpower to take them for a walk or make sure they're fed. It just aligns with your identity. And imagine that taking place now with swimming. A swimmer is who you are, so swimming is what you do. And at the deepest level, one truth anchors everything. You don't have to swim. You get to swim. There will be a time in your life, perhaps decades in the future, that swimming around an island or in a lake or in a 50-meter pool won't be possible. And wouldn't it be nice, all that time in the future when it's not possible, to think back to that wonderful time where you reawakened an identity, unleashed a new level of joy and enthusiasm, So feel that swimming is a privilege, a gift, an expression of who you are. And the more you live from that identity, the easier everything becomes. Imagine swimming in the lake and finding it morphing back into the sea around an island. Imagine swimming back to shore. And then imagine up on a hillside or there on the beach seeing someone wearing a wetsuit looking like you in a dreamlike sleep in a comfortable chair. Imagine stepping into that version of you. To become one. You leave the chair and see what a joy, privilege, and pleasure it is to get to swim in nature. And everything else, the changing body shape, the enhanced mental clarity, the leanness, the new enthusiasm and passion for life, that is just the side effect of reawakening a wonderful identity. So allow yourself to start to float back to your present. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect and calibrate into the here and the now. Because when I count from 1 to 10, you will awaken with energy returning, clarity rising, with a new desire to fully embrace this identity as a swimmer. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.